The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Currently joining us, standing by in Studio 22.
Which is the first time we've ever known that any of our studios have numbers.
Julia Morris, Gold Logie nominee. Good morning.
Julia!
Look, 75 years in the business, guys.
Mate.
Still happy to have a job.
I have to say, Cousin Julia, the
Yes,
Morrises are up and about over you and all of your success.
Well, do you know what? I think that for our family, certainly,
Yes.
when you and I got together and we shook those bladders and we did that Morris dancing back in the day.
Yeah, we took a step forward for the Morris community.
A giant leap.
That's exactly right. That's why we are the two pinnacles of the family group.
You're doing the family very proud. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Julia, you did say you've been in showbiz for 75 years, and then
Yes.
you've got your teammate, Robert Irwin, who's come in fresh off the boat, and he is
He's getting
been
nominated all over the place.
You're
You
just
go,
like, come
amazing.
on, mate.
Well, here's the thing. Robert's actually been on television
Yes.
since he was in the womb.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
like
yeah.
literally when he was born, they went, okay, cut, we're going to have to do that again.
Pretty much. He did a magnificent landing. But no, getting to stand side by side through this experience, which can be odd.
Yeah.
A lot of the time you are put up to compete with others. You know,
Yes.
what makes you better, give us your best pitch, all that sort of stuff. So actually, to get side by side with a friend, and a friend who I love deeply and have done for a long, long time. Honestly, it's like having a bestie through this experience, and it's just made it so much more fun.
No, but you want to win.
Honestly, a lot of people that watch like Robert and Bindi, they think that they and I've said as well, they're very media trained, and because they've grown up on
Yes.
you know, I think
Performing.
when the red light's not on and the camera's not on, is Robert still just is that just Robert, or is he suddenly like swearing his box off and stuff?
No, that's me. I'm the only.
Yeah, I know.
I
You're a
say to him,
Morris.
self-appointed swearer for you.
Yes.
Here's the thing about those guys is that they have been in the public spotlight for a long time.
Yeah.
So,
Their whole lives.
I mean, you could not be a normal human being and not have some tricky thoughts behind closed doors. But they have also lived through the experience where every single word they say that,
Yes.
you know, even a slight sidestep from anything has a direct impact on their conservation message.
Yes.
So they have just learned over the years that the conservation message is what they're selling. They're not trying to sell, hey, I'm a great person, or stand by for, well, look how intelligent I am, or whatever. Like, I'll try and pull the wool over people's eyes.
Yeah.
You're not trying very hard.
That's it. Absolutely. Well, I'm still surviving in an industry
you-
that is notoriously
Exactly.
disposable
You are
of
doing
women. So
bloody well,
I'm
mate.
hanging
Yeah.
in there.
Bloody well.
But, yeah, you know, should you be lucky enough to know the Irwins as well as I do? It's a tremendous, tremendous and deep pleasure.
Hey, Julia, this year when you did I'm a Celeb for the first time with a new partner, was it weird trying to get the continuity going to kick off things?
Well, Robert and I had months and months and months of publicity leading up to the show's start.
Yes.
Plus, we already had an existing friendship. So, actually, the transition was incredibly smooth because I got to stand alongside somebody who, you know, knew what they were doing,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I had been. That was the one
Yeah.
thing, you know, losing my beloved doctor
Yes.
Yes.
to anher network.
What a
was-
betrayal, by the way.
Oh, burnt. I mean, you want to talk swear words?
Yes.
I was just like, oh yeah, I won't use the big one, but at the time I had to, stay off the internet. I had to stay off radio. I had to stay off
Does the
everything.
big
'cause I
one
thought,
start with C, or
oh, look,
Chris Brown.
I mean, it always starts with a C. Let's face it. But yeah, luckily. Like, you know, and also I auditioned with a lot of really fantastic people.
Yeah. There would have been a lot of people putting their hand up for that job, I imagine.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Hey,
And,
are you allowed to like give
Name
us some of the
names?
names that didn't make it, or are we going to keep that down on the down low?
I mean, I wouldn't disrespect
yes.
anybody who auditioned.
You wouldn't disrespect Lawrence Mooney that way.
but the El Mooney, the Moon Man. It was just
Moon
me and the Moon
He
Man.
would have put up his hand, surely.
He would have loved it. No, I mean, as I say,
Yeah.
there were many people who could
Yeah.
have taken the job, so you had to be an extraordinary standout to stand above some of the best presenters in the country.
Yeah.
And there was no
campaigners,
competition, honestly. Robert walked in and I was just like, here we go.
Hey, Julia, we know you've been in the industry for 75 years, so we all know professionally what you do. But let's talk about you personally. At the moment, there's something happening with your sinuses. Is that right?
Yes, I'm in the 7th week of a cold.
The 7th week. Now, the question has been thrown around, and I know the answer to this question, but
Tell me everything.
Julia, have you gone to the doctors?
I have not gone to the doctor.
And tell people why.
Because I'm a mother, so you are the last consideration. If it was my children, I would have had them to the doctor within the hour.
More importantly, she's a Morris.
That's it.
Morrises see going to the doctor as cheating.
Yes.
It's cheating.
You're self-diagnosed, which we learnt with Nathan last
you're
week.
self-diagnosed and let your body sort it out yourselves, even if it takes a year longer.
Look, until it goes to pneumonia, I will until I'm coughing lung, I refuse to seek the help that I require.
Yeah, well, Nathan diagnosed himself with Legionnaire's disease last week. So be careful, okay? I'm not even joking. That actually happened.
I'm not joking. I was potting.
Well, stop licking the air conditioner for a start. Maybe.
We'll do anything for a day off here.
That's
Whatever it takes.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
We've got to let you go, Julia, but we
Julia.
love you, Lady James.
I'm voting for you.
Yeah, good on you, Julia.
Logies are on the 18th of August, so there's about a month to go. We can look forward to seeing you on television's Night of Nights. Thank you,
Really
Julia.
will be. I love you guys.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Always
Sadie.
a pleasure.
Bye.
Cousin Julia Morris.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
No surprises with the change in the presidency, or Joe Biden stepping down, that's for sure.
Yeah. So-
Not running for next term.
Well, you know what?
It had to happen.
He was really digging his heels in. And
I guess if you're in that position, Nate, it'd be very difficult.
Come on, Joe. Look, we can see you're tired.
For the greater good.
And you should be tired. You're up there with age, and
Yes.
also being president is
a
enough
lot.
for a young person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm exhausted after this show, let alone having to, never get a bedtime or whatever. It's just a shame for his party and the people that follow it.
happened so late.
That he was kicking and screaming when he was taken to the nursing home.
And I mean, to be honest, after the performance in the debate, which was woeful,
he should really
it should
have
been. Okay, let's.
And
step
not
aside
just
then.
that, it shouldn't have taken George Clooney, the voice of a generation, to say, no, that wasn't just him having a bad night, that was him. Everyone that's been around him knows that's just
That's
him.
right.
So it took an
But they had to play
outsider.
the party line.
Yeah. So I think that his party would have a lot more chance if he had stood back and then paved the way for Kamala, for her to come up. Because right now, Shaun, I don't even think all the Oprahs. I don't think all
there's
of
a
the
long way to go,
celebrities.
obviously.
I was
but
looking
yeah.
at. I was listening to a few things last year, and they were
Taylor
saying
Swifts.
that Joe Biden. At that stage, they were saying he'll probably win, but he's not the right guy going forward because of his age and something. But they were reflecting
Everyone knew it.
on Kamala Harris and not saying that she would be the right person. So
Well,
I don't know if she had the strength to be able to.
polling.
Not the people
Yeah.
behind already.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
I really encourage anyone to watch the show Veep, right? Starring
documentary.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Well, to be honest, a lot of people in politics
for
say
sure.
it's basically like a documentary.
But they know that
Here
an
we
insider.
feel that the vice president and the president are together and they're unified. They're not. They've got completely separate offices. A lot of the times, according to Veep, which is a lot of politicians say it's very much like it.
Keep going.
They say that they're kept an arm's length away. The president doesn't want them around because they're just like an understudy. They're like, no, get them away. A lot of the times, the vice president's office doesn't know what's happening. So we're saying that she's being groomed, but has she? How much did Joe pull her in, and how much at an arm's length did he keep her?
Well, Nate, you're right, because it's exactly the same that happens here. So when Anthony Albanese's away, then there's someone who steps up.
Richard Marles.
So there you go. And then likewise, when the Liberals in power, then it was the Nationals who took over. So
Barnaby
they're not the
Joyce.
same. Like, they work together in some things. But you're right. You did right.
I have to say, Trump will win.
Yeah, he'll
and
win.
I
At
think
this
he will
stage,
win
he's a very
because
strong contender.
he's
Well, he took a bullet for democracy,
my
according to
God.
him, over the weekend. Took
Harry,
a bullet
can
for
you find that
democracy.
thing? So there was a thing I want to play. This is what Trump supporters are doing in the US, right? So, when he was, the attempted assassination, and then Jack Black, Kyle from Tenacious D said something about, better luck getting Trump next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So many people
That was his
around the
birthday cake
world.
wish as a
so many
joke,
people
yeah.
around the world made that comment.
The employee.
The employee.
Yeah.
So what Trump people are now going, Trump supporters are doing, is they are hunting down the people that made comments like that off of social media and they're going to their real lives and they are getting them fired. This is a woman that works in a supermarket in the US, an older lady. An old lady that's just on a register.
Yes.
She's done a Trump thing. A guy has tracked her down in real life across towns and confronted her.
You think that the shooter should have been a better shot? Is that what you posted on Facebook?
I am at work.
You think that the shooter should have been a shooter, huh?
I am at work.
Yeah, I think that's pretty messed up. Pretty anti-American, if you ask me. As a veteran, I'm disgusted. What have you provided to this country? I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. You are ridiculous. And I'm making you famous.
She lost a job.
Oh,
Several
mate,
teachers
yeah,
have
you
lost their
famous.
jobs.
Outrageous, isn't it?
They're literally going after, and these aren't
Yeah.
people that mean anything to anything. This is an old lady that is just trying to
they
work.
have no influence.
So
yes.
there is the line, Sean, and they don't mind jumping across it, and that will all
The
win him.
self-righteousness is next level.
Hunting down real people
I
in real
know.
life just for an off-the-cuff comment.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But, you know,
fired.
In any society, in any community, there's the people at the next level,
Yes.
the total believers, whether it's
And then
whatever
there's the
they
rest of
are.
us, so we can't be bothered.
That is so true.
That's us. That's us. Yeah, I care, but I can't be bothered.
That's exactly right. Like, we
And
do
I
care
think
about
that's the
things,
healthiest way to be.
but we're not going to do anything about
No,
it.
I disagree with what's happening, but I'm not going to get up and do it.
It's 5 to 9. I know.
Watching TV.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Around the world, so many people were trying to log on to their computers, but they were faced with something terrifying. The blue screen of death from Microsoft.
Or perhaps they were trying to broadcast radio because TV stations went down, radio stations
Yes,
went down.
they
It was a
did.
disaster.
I was
Banks.
shopping at Adair's on Friday afternoon, and as soon as I walked in there, the ladies, because they know I'm a linen lover,
You can tell.
Nathan, yes, if you want to get anything today, just put it aside, and you'll have to come back another day to pay for it. No, wait, this is like basically adding to your cart, but
It's like-
physically.
Yeah.
It's
And then
lay-by.
walking away. It's lay-by, Natalie. And I was like, no, if I buy something, I need it at home, instant
Could
gratification.
they take a cash payment?
No.
No.
Couldn't take any
the
cash
whole
payments.
system was down.
Malcolm Sully is in charge of all the electronics here at Nova, all the
Chief
technology.
He knows how to keep this station on air.
Or does he?
Oh, yes, that's the point, isn't it? I didn't on Friday.
So Malcolm, tell us in real time what happened.
How did it unfold?
So talk about the screens firstly. What happened with them?
Well, Ross was on air. So
Ross.
we just gone and got lunch. So I was sitting in the kitchen, just
Chowing down.
Quietly
chowing
eating
down,
lunch.
just having a nice kebab. It was quite good,
Yeah, yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Friday kebab.
Yeah.
And we went off. It just went silent. I was like, okay.
I'll
We
just finish my kebab.
I just finished this. It's fine.
The garlic sauce is so good.
It's Ross, yeah, it's fine. No, I thought, okay. So we raced up, and when we got here, Ross was already running from Studio 2 into Studio 1.
Screaming. Yes.
Thinking, we'll get this one going.
Yes.
And then I'll be okay. But then he got it going, and he went, it's still not working. And so by the time that Simon and I kind of went, well, okay, that's not quite right. It's blue screen started appearing everywhere.
Now, I asked Malcolm, was it like when you see the movies where it's the Pentagon and then
Yes.
suddenly a hacker's got in there going, oh, we've got a lot,
Yeah.
we've got some there, are they there? Was it like that? Boom, boom, boom,
Oh
boom,
yeah,
boom.
it was.
Every screen
It was
turning
quite.
blue, Sean.
It was
How
quite
exciting.
apocalyptic because even just, I mean, obviously in front of Harry, there's 5 or so screens there, and plus the 2 on the desk. They just all suddenly just went blue, and
Yes.
but not
Horrifying.
all at once. They were just like, well, this one went blue, and I'm
Yes.
like, okay, that's really odd. Because normally when we go off air, it's usually one thing. So you're looking for that one
Yes.
thing that's taken you off.
Someone's
Yeah,
picked
yeah,
the plug
yeah.
out.
And if all else fails, the emergency tape kicks in. How long did the emergency tape go on for at Nova? How long did it play for? Honestly.
3, maybe 4 hours.
And how long is the emergency tape? So how long
Kept
before
hearing
it
Eternal
it
Flame by the
loops?
Bangles.
Yeah, I think it's about an hour and a half. There's
right.
probably listeners out there that will tell me.
Oh yeah, they
that's
said they
different.
heard the same songs over and over.
The best thing about the emergency tape is it's been nominated for an ACRA.
Yeah.
And it's set to win,
Probably
apparently.
we'll never win one, but it was.
How long before you realised it was not just us, that it was a more widespread thing?
Oh well, we certainly were pretty quick. As soon as we went off and we were starting looking to problems, we could see one of the network chats, one of our own chats, start lighting up with lots of different things. So we're like, oh, okay, people are joining that. So we joined that and realised that it was the whole network. So it was all of us, all of Nova Entertainment. And then as we are trying to solve our problems, we're suddenly realising news is coming through from obviously mates at ARN and at
other networks,
other networks that are having that same sort of problem. And so we're getting these texts from people going, have you got this as well?
Yeah.
Yes. So and then we started to see. I've got as you guys do, is the news, ABC News up on the thing, and now scrolling along the bottoms there saying
massive
outage. Coles has gone. Woolies has gone. NAB. NAB Commonwealth.
Hey Mel, we saw that Microsoft said there was a bit of a bug in the system. So do they give you that information there? How are you able to solve it if it's coming from their end?
Because it wasn't even Microsoft, though, was it?
No, it wasn't. It was a company.
No, it's not them.
No, it's CrowdStrike.
Who no one had ever
which is
heard
basically software protection, basically for your computer. So that's why all these big. That's why all of these.
It's an antivirus.
That's why all these big companies are using it. It must be an industry standard.
Yeah, it's very good normally.
And so it was just an update to that.
It was an update that they did, and that update clashed with. They believe. Well, it'll come out in the wash, obviously, but initially what they're saying is that update that they sent clashed with an update with Windows, which is why it took Windows out. Otherwise, normally an update from CrowdStrike would probably just kill off that particular app. It wouldn't take out the computer as well.
Well, the amazing thing is 8.5 million Windows devices were affected, but that is only 1%. Of the Windows
lots of them weren't affected.
1%.
Just there were big ones.
They seem to be like everywhere in my world. So we want to talk about this, right? 13, 24, 10. Mel, was that one of the most horrendous days at work for you? Because
and you've been in this biz a long time.
Oddly enough, it was almost 3 years to the day that we had the flood, and we almost we wiped out the building again. Yeah, I'm taking that week off in future.
Love an anniversary.
All right. Blue screen of death. 13, 24, 10. Let us know if you worked somewhere while it was happening, if you're maybe a customer, if it affected you in a way that we haven't spoken about right now. We'd love to talk about it.
Were you allowed to just take the rest of the day off? I mean, it was a Friday afternoon. Everything's down. You gotta go, surely.
I'll quickly tell you about my son's situation. He'd left his office for an hour and a bit to do a client, just to catch up with some clients. He came back, his computer was off, and when he came back, his computer, because it was off, and another guy was the only ones working in his business, so everyone got to go home. He stayed until Friday, 5 o'clock on Friday.
Wow.
And everyone nicked off.
You'd throw that computer under your car, wouldn't you?
just?
Sam is in charge of all of our socials. Sam, you chucked it up and seen if anyone was affected by the blue screen of death?
Yeah, I felt probably worst for Tegan Robinson, whose Plenty of Fish account was down.
Heading into the weekend. This is
my God.
It's Plenty of Fish. Is that the Christian meet-up group?
That's Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle.
And eHarmony, I think it's got Christian both.
We also had Suzanne Taylor, couldn't fulfill her BWS online order. Breaking on a Friday.
That's terrible.
A lot of people reaching out saying that they were really worried about where Ross had gone.
Yes.
And a lot of people complaining about the 7 songs we've got in our
The 7 songs that we've had
in our
that we've
emergency
handpicked.
playlist. Yeah.
We should put that up.
We don't use the emergency tape very often.
No.
We overused it on
Just
Friday.
think about it. When the emergency tape kicks in, everybody, just think about it like there's a cassette stuck in your car tape deck, and you just hear the same thing again and again.
Yeah.
That's us.
Chris is in Baldivis. Hello, Chris.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey, good, Chris.
Okay, how were you impacted on Friday?
Well, my story went a little bit opposite. I run the Thirsty Camel in Lakeland, and we got absolutely rolled because our systems didn't go down, but everywhere else did. So all the Liquorland went down, so we got absolutely pumped.
Not just that. Think about all the people that then could not do their job because of the blue screen of death. When my weekend starts early, let's go to Thirsty Camel.
Yes.
And we got our trade went through the roof in that hour between 3 and 5.
Amazing.
We made bulk coins.
You know what?
That was pretty stoked.
That's a great day out. But sometimes when the owners or the bosses upstairs, they go, "Oh, why aren't you doing this every week?"
Yeah, that's right.
Now
because every other week all the others are open. That's why. That's amazing.
Were you sort of? I mean, it's great for the business, but were you sort of spewing? You weren't one of those places where they just had to pack up shop and leave.
No, because I got my step count up for the day. So
win-win, Chris.
You're busy.
You're
well
a good
done,
employee,
Chris. Sharon's in Ellenbrook. Hello.
Hi, how you going?
Hi, good.
Great, Shaz. Okay, how were you impacted on Friday?
So I work in travel in an after-hours corporate department.
Oh, crikey.
Wow.
Yeah, so we had lots of flights cancelled. It mostly was America, I found, but it didn't just stop on Friday because these people were cancelled off flights. It went the whole weekend that we were just flat-tack trying to get people back on flights.
Yeah, because that's your gig. You have to find
So
them
you're
alternatives.
cleaning up the mess.
Yeah, but the problem is that because everyone's trying to get back on the flight, it could take days before they could get on flight, so they can't exactly go straight on the next flight or anything.
No.
So it's been absolutely hectic all weekend.
Oh, my God. So were you
hotel
supposed to
rooms.
work on the weekend or you just had to step up?
No, I worked on the week. I work in after hours, so we work when the offices are closed, so we take all the problems.
Oh,
Sharon.
Not after hours.
No one's calling you because things are going well, are
Yeah,
they?
that's the other thing about that. With the people you're dealing with, were they sympathetic of your situation? I know you were of theirs.
Yeah, were they being reasonable?
Yeah, no, actually, everyone was good. I didn't have any. I wouldn't get yelled at. Put it that way.
Oh, lucky. You don't want that. You can't do anything about it.
So you cleaning up this situation, they're actually saying a lot of people, there's going to be a big hangover happening from this, and to be very aware of scammers at the moment, because scammers now know that there is an IT situation. People that aren't that understanding of what has gone on, you could be looking to get some help, and then they could be posing to like try and get
looking
your
to
stuff.
exploit you.
So they should be very vigilant at the moment for any phone calls, messages, and people
Get a young
coming around your
person
house.
to do it for you.
Get a young person that you know to do it for you.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you for your service over the weekend. Katie's in Rockingham. Hello.
Hey guys, how you going?
Great, Katie. What happened on Friday? How were you impacted?
Oh, well, I'm a sales rep and I visit Coles and Woolies and make sure their displays and everything are all up to date. And I was trying to upload one of my stores and it wasn't uploading. And I messaged my boss. I'm like, is anyone else having this drama? And then Coles went down and Woolies went down. And yeah, so.
She's gone down.
She's gone down.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, you come back, mate.
Come back. Wow, that's insane. So,
my boss and everyone are all over in the eastern states. So for them, they'd already finished for the day. So us people over here in WA had to keep working. So they had to take photos and manually upload it later.
Oh, that's insane. Hey,
that's a whole lot of work.
So when you walk into a display now at any Woolies and Coles when you're just shopping, do you straight away just go to the displays and go, that's not right? Or that one could be better?
Yeah, pretty much. And when I take my daughter with me, she will fix up the pallets on the end and tidy everything up no matter what store it's in.
What's one of the displays that you went and made sure was okay? Can you give us one of the products?
Oral-B and Pantene and stuff.
Yeah, right,
Okay.
She tidies all the toothbrushes for me.
I love you doing that.
That's so good. That's so good. Thank you so much, Katie. Thanks, everybody. We're glad you all survived the blue screen of death.
Everyone be vigilant as well. Like we said, anyone that contacts you saying that they can help you, just make sure you check at the moment because they said that they are really going to be out in force now.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.